Oh boy, do we got a lot to go over right now. This is the ARBOREAN Emissary, one of the towers in Kingdom Rush Alliance, and to be honest, I'm remaking this video because I believe I did not do him justice in my last video, and I wanted to adjust my thoughts, give you guys more information, and hopefully come up with a better solution by the end of this video. That being said, this is all my opinion, so if you do not agree with my opinion, that's okay. Let me know in the comments below why you think he's a better tower, or maybe a worse tower than I believe he is. So just to give you an overall gist or understanding of what he does, he's kind of like a mage support tower. Okay, the main thing he's going to do is going to mark the enemies. It's going to mark them and weaken them, and it's supposed to make all of your other towers do more damage. Overall, just everybody else is going to do more damage. So he doesn't do a lot of attack. He does have a reasonable amount of speed, and then he's got a lot of range here as well. As far as the skills go, this is okay. A Gift of Nature. It summons a wisp that heals your peeps for 16 for 6 seconds. So if you really math that out, 60, 96, about 100 total health revived just at level 1, which is more than enough for most people that you're going to need. A lot of reinforcements, a lot of units, a lot of stuff. That's all you need. Heal about 100 health. So level 1 is very, very nice. Bramble Grasp grows 3 roots along the path. It's going to be 3, and then 5, and then 8. So clearly the second tier is going to be the worst of all of them. But either which way, it's fairly expensive, but it is fairly effective as well. So let's jump into the game here and kind of show it off. Any which way, I'm gonna let you guys know that again, this is my opinion, and I don't really like this tower much. I don't feel like he's easy to use because you need to combine him with a lot of stuff, and that limits him in so many ways. And I think that's the biggest issue with him, is that I need to go for basically a 4th tier to make him worthwhile. I basically need to go for another barracks tower or something like that to support him, and I basically need to go for an artillery tower to also support that on top of it. And that means he is a super duper late game quadrecta or trifecta type of tower here, and that means you can only really use him in the late game of the late game of the game. Alright, late waves of the late game, so like levels 11 to 16 maybe he's somewhat useful, because you don't get enough money to make all that happen in any of the other levels, right? Or at least not easily. So, as far as his regular attack goes, I'm actually going to build one up here just so you guys can see how he attacks. He's going to attack individual units one at a time until they are all marked. And then he'll go back and start attacking the original unit here and do more damage from that. You should note that the attack damage is extremely, unbelievably low. We're talking 4 to 7 for the first tier, 8 to 14 for the second tier, 12 to 21 for the third tier, and finally 18 to 34 for the fourth tier. So extremely low. Not doing a lot of damage himself. Definitely support action. If you need to heal your guys at all, the Gift of Nature is actually quite nice. It goes from 16 to 32 to 48 health times 6. Which is a ridiculous amount of health, even healing up most of your heroes almost all the way up to full health here. I mean, Naru's only got 232, and Therian's only got 270, but they are admittedly some of the lowest health heroes in the game. Any which way, allowing ourselves to do more damage is definitely nice, so let's talk about the mark real quick. Now, I cannot give you the for sure 100% exact answer here on how much damage extra we are doing, but a nice person was nice enough to comment on one of my previous videos, and he said that he thinks he knows the answer, and I'm taking his word for it. So Dragon Lord 38 Oof 98, we're listening to you, good sir. If anybody else has can either confirm or deny these numbers, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But anyway, wait, he said at the first tier it's 20%, second tier is 30%, third tier is 40%, and fourth tier is going to be 50% extra damage with each individual attack. So, to be honest, 50% extra damage sounds pretty freaking cool. Again, it's kind of difficult to use and really limiting, in my opinion. Moving on, we've got to talk about the Bramble Grass. So this is pretty cheap, 160 bucks for true damage. Attacking across the waves here, not bad. We can go up to attacking the 5 enemies here, and then lastly the 8 enemies here for the last Bramble Grass. Still doing only 40 true damage, though, and stunning them for 3 seconds, though, which is actually quite a long time. It doesn't happen super duper often, but happens often enough where you're like, I feel like it's fair. There you can see the Bramble Grass really going to town here, letting us do more damage. But either which way, again, weird support, Mage Tower. Helps you out in weird ways and difficult to use, but is usable. That being said, he's still not a tower that I like to use at all. I don't like bringing a tower into the game that I know that I can't use until like wave 10 or above and be effective with him. So to me, he's annoying. To me, I don't find him useful. To me, I think that if you try to play with him on Impossible or something like that, again, he's such a small use case that I don't think you're going to have a good time with him. And which way, I'm going to stick with my old rating here. I'm going to go with a 2.5. I'm not going to change it. He's my least favorite tower in the game. That being said, he is not useless. He's just my least favorite tower in the game, and when I have very few use cases for him, when I find him to be fairly weak with his regular attacks, when I don't love his abilities with my current gameplay style, I'm going to leave him with a sad little 2.5. It doesn't mean he... Again, I'm just going to leave it at that. So, if you guys enjoyed, press the like button, subscribe, and have a super duper delicious day.